Welcome back everyone to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. Have I got a project for you today? But first, doesn't that look much better? Doesn't that look much better than what it did before with just the two-tone color I had going? But this actually looks partway decent. Not gonna lie. Kind of impressed with how I've turned that around. But anyway, yes, on to the project at hand. Today, I am going to be making a nether portal. I should maybe elaborate slightly. You see, I've already made one all the way over there, but it's kind of small. It's kind of small, and with what I have in mind, not only for this place and any other place I decide to build anything extensive in, I want to have one main big portal that kind of encompasses the entire area. I don't even know if that's the right word to use, but I want it to be the biggest central thing in the whole place. And with this particular area, eventually I want to have everything on this island be connected. So this village over here, the bit of land over here that I've worked on with my mining center and my, tiny hobbit hole there. And eventually, I want to expand everything out to meet this village over here as well. I want to make this one massive area of activity, of villagers, and just generally make it be a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting than it currently is, I guess. But the main focus of this is going to be the nether portal, and where I want to put it is, I can't really put it central to everywhere because, well, the other village is all the way over there. But I think I want to place it kind of like in this sort of region here, kind of above the river. So right about here, maybe, in this spot. And then I can have like a staircase leading down this way, down to here, and then we can just kind of go from there, figure out how it will look like after that point. The thing with this plan is, I'm going to have to make a massive bridge between one point on this side and one point on this side, and then build the portal there in the middle of the whole thing. And then, yeah, that's going to take a bit of work itself, because I want to place dirt all the way down first. I don't want to get to the point where I'm just placing cobblestone. The whole thing has to be dirt, because then it's easier to remove, easier to replace or whatever. In any case, either way, it's going to be a massive project. I think actually it'll be the biggest one I've ever done in Minecraft. Like, not just in this world, just in general, I mean. So the first thing we're going to need is a bunch of dirt. Considering this side over here is higher up, it might be better if I start on this side, because it's easier to kind of taper things downwards as I get closer to that side than it will be to taper it upwards, especially if I think I may be coming in too low, so we're going to start over here. I want to be on this side of the greenhouse, and I'm thinking maybe if we start here, we can just make one single line all the way over. And then we'll see where that puts us. It's also at this point that I'm only just realizing exactly how much obsidian I'm going to need for this. Maybe an entire stack's worth. Maybe more. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, so that looks about roughly where I imagined it would go, which is a good start. I will, of course, need to actually make this connect to the land on this side at some point by having it come down, but that's a nice guide. That's a nice guide. Now to go and collect the stack and a bit of obsidian. Fortunately, I know just the place. Careful. Okay, we made it. We're fine. It might take a few minutes, but I should be able to get enough obsidian from this place. I've gone ahead and used dirt to mock up what I think it would look like when it was finished, and I'm gonna hate myself for saying this. I don't think that's big enough. That's 17 blocks wide and 22 tall, and I think it needs to be bigger. I really do. Which means I don't know how much more I need to add on to it. I'm thinking 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, because there's got to be an odd number, of course. maybe do the same on the other side. We'll find out. Now that's a decent size for a portal. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Okay, on to the next step, which is going to be figuring out where I want the platform to extend out to before the stairs begin. Because I don't want the stairs to start immediately. I want there to be like a small, almost landing area for when you come out of the portal. You know, you come out and then you're here, you walk forward a bit, and then the stairs begin. I'm making this really fancy, is basically what I'm saying here, and I'm glad I've got as much dirt as I do. But I will need more. And now to light this up and see just how crazy it looks from a distance. What? What? Why do you not... Portal? So it turns out, as well as having a minimum size for nether portals, there is also a maximum size. And the one I built previously was too big by 2 blocks wide and about 4 blocks tall. 23 by 23 is the maximum size for a nether portal, which this now is, so this should work. Perfect. And even though I've had to make it smaller, it still looks pretty impressive, size-wise. You know, I mean, all I need to do if I want to get that height back, like 2 blocks from the side, not a big issue. To get the height back, I can just kind of make an extravagant thing above it, you know, that kind of thing. But we'll think about that later. For now, I just want to see where this goes. This might connect to the same portal on the nether side as the portal over there does, because it is still reasonably close, but I guess we'll see what happens. We're going to find out one way or the other exactly where this puts us. So it turns out that I am on the bridge that I made earlier. However, there's the other portal that's right next to my house, right next to my hobbit hole. This seems strangely close. I'm now wondering what will happen if I come through this one. Will I appear on the platform, or will I appear outside my house? Okay, I'm on the platform. I guess this is just far enough away that it doesn't link to that other one, which is fine. It means all I need to do is remove that other one and then just rotate the one that's been created sideways. That's not a huge issue. I can do that easily enough. But now that we have the portal in place, and I have mocked up where stairs might go for this thing. Excuse me. What are you all doing here? Could you stay away, please? Now that I've mocked up a set of stairs, I can think about what color palette I'm going to use for this entire thing. And this is going to be the color palette that I'm going to be using for this entire build here, for both the staircase leading up to the portal, as well as the facade around it, I think you can call it. I think it's pretty decent mix of colors here. I'm not sure where I'm going to put the netherrack. You know, I like its inclusion here. It's a nice shade of red to go from the nether brick to the deep slate here. But I'm not sure what exactly to do with it, but I'm sure I'll think of something. I'll figure it out. The reason why I've got these 2 blocks here is because eventually I want to get to the point where when I make one of these for every area that I make in this world, I want to have some blocks that represent that area. And I think it's kind of fair to say that those 2 blocks kind of go well with this idea, because I've used them for the roof of my second house. I used them for basically the entirety of the pier. So yeah, that kind of matches with this idea. If I end up making like a sand village or a sand kind of area to build in, then these will be replaced with sandstone, that kind of thing. But these blocks will remain the same, and that's just kind of my idea for what I'll be doing over time. So that is where things currently stand. I gotta get some blocks, test out some patterns. See you in a bit. And this is about where we currently find ourselves. We've completed the landing platform, I guess you can call it, as well as the stairs leading up to the portal itself. So the way that this design is going to work, These 5 sections here, this bit, this bit, this bit, this bit, and this bit, will be the parts of the platform that have the identifying features of the area. So with this area, again, I've used the acacia and the cursed wood to kind of identify where you are when you step out from the portal. These 2 here at the edges, these are going to be the default tile sets for if there's just not enough things about the area to put onto the tiles. And I like this because with there being 5 different sections that you can fill out, you can mess with patterns a lot, basically, and make very unique combinations of colors and tile sets and what have you. And as far as the stairs go, I've currently got the middle and these 2 side pieces here treading down the stairs as well. I did originally have these tile sets just be contained in themselves and then have these parts kind of start at the stairs, but it looked a bit weird having the wood pieces here, the wood stripes, just kind of begin from nowhere. So I connected them to their relevant tile sets there, and that made it look a lot better. Let me just go and zoom off into the sky so you can see what it looks like from there, and I'm liking that. That's really good. The only thing I have to do now is to make the facade around the edge of the portal. And I have no idea what I'm going to do for this. I've got no clue. I've got a basic idea of some things. Like, I know I want to put tinted glass around the edge of this bit. Like, where these kind of step up. I want that to be tinted glass, maybe a second layer as well in this section here. This front bit, this is as far forward as I want it to go. I don't want to go any further than 3 squares away from the portal. But aside from that, yeah, I got no clue. This might take a while. But that's the only thing we have left to do, so I guess I'm going to go play around for a little bit, and I'll see you when it's done. And this will be our finished portal. Not exactly the most intricate design in the world, but that doesn't matter, in all honesty. It gets the job done, and that's the main thing. I did originally have all of these on the same layer, like the obsidian here and the stone bricks here. They were all on the same layer, but it didn't quite look as good, so I just kind of pulled them out. So this is actually on that 3rd layer that I was talking to you about. And it looks good. I like it. From this side, I mean, if we go through and look at it from the back, then yeah, we're just gonna ignore this for now until I figure out what to do with that. But for now, that's good. I like it. I did kind of consider using these in the design, you know, in the same way that I have with the landing platform, throwing in the areas, unique blocks, identifying features, whatever you want to call them, into the design. But I kind of figured that would make it a bit too complicated later on. You know, trying to remember the base design as well as, you know, putting these kind of things into the mix as well. It doesn't always look good. You know, and then it's a case of what blocks do you change out, what blocks do you leave in. So I thought, you know what, we'll just create a standard portal design, and then I can just build this in every single area. You know, over time I'll most likely make amends to it, change things up and make it look better as I learn more about building in the world of Minecraft. But for now, that's good. I like that. And with that done, that means the only thing left to do now will be to terraform the area around this platform, the staircase, and the portal as a whole, which is going to take a while. So I'm going to go and do that off camera, and the next time you see this area, it'll be finished. So until then, I hope you've enjoyed this, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.